Okay, so what have I got going on here? I have the eggs and a little bit of water in here, and it's on top of a pot of water that is sort of barely simmering. I've kind of got it on like medium low, and I'm just going to whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk until, I'm trying to turn it this way so you can see it a little bit better, until it starts to thicken. So again, this is the traditional method that I mentioned before from the Cordon Bleu cookbook, where you do it over hot water. So this is a ceramic bowl, and I'm just whisking my eggs with a little bit of water. I have the lemon juice separately, so I didn't actually add the lemon juice here because it didn't call for it in the recipe. And I've got my hot butter over here. Okay, so these are nice and whisked, and I'm going to try and get just this butter that's a little bit clarified, and I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time, like this. This butter's pretty hot. It didn't clarify as well as I wanted. Usually I want the milk solids to kind of fall to the bottom, but it didn't this time, so I'm still... And you cannot stop whisking. You got to keep whisking, whisking, whisking. Because again, we're creating that emulsion. But with the KitchenAid, the emulsion was happening a lot easier because the KitchenAid was, sorry, I keep saying KitchenAid, the Vitamix was doing all the work. But now it's my hand, my arms that are doing all the work. And again, this butter's going in really slowly, but I don't know if you can see here that there is some white bits that have sunk to the bottom. I don't want all of that going in, so I'm just going to actually leave that behind. And I'm just going to keep whisking this over the hot water. And I think it actually is kind of the right consistency. So you can see it might want it to be a little bit thicker than that. So I'll just whisk it a little bit more. And now I'm going to add a good chunk of lemon juice because I really like a lemony hollandaise sauce. Not everybody does, but so I put a full tablespoon in, and then I'm also going to put a smidge of salt in here as well. There we go. It's almost at the right consistency. So it's pretty close to the consistency of the other one. And I have to say, method-wise, the other one was a lot easier, but the cleanup's going to be more difficult because I got that blender to clean out now. So I'll be able to get a lot more out of this one than I was able to get out of the other one. So let me just have a quick taste. Oh yeah, that's good. This one's also a little bit foamier. So it's kind of lighter and foamier. The other one's a little bit thicker. So that's the other big difference between the two. Anyway, I'm going to cover this while I make the rest of my dinner. So there we are, hollandaise sauce.